时，全场禁止使用充电宝、锂电池等。
Girlfriend, and then people start arguing.
Oh, we finally made it to Beijing, the capital of China. Long overdue, this trip to Beijing was long overdue. But we just about made it through all the regulations, all the COVID regulations that you have to do as a cautionary measure just before you get here. Yeah, but after COVID tests, Beijing green codes and everything, we finally got in. We arrived really late last night. We arrived about 1 o'clock last night, so just had a quick meal, had a beer, and then fell fast asleep. And now we're up early this morning to go out and get another COVID test, and then which should hopefully allow us into some of the sites today. But again, we only really want to do the Tiananmen Square today, and then the Forbidden City Museum. So just a couple of things we're going to do today, and we're going to eat some nice food along the way, and then hopefully the COVID test we do now will allow us into the sites. We're hoping they're not too strict with that. So yeah, just a couple of sites we're going to see today, and then see what Beijing has to offer. So with no further ado. The weather is absolutely gorgeous in Beijing. We've just come from Tunxi, and Tunxi's 38, 39, 40 degrees Celsius. Feels about 45, 46, absolutely scorching. Pretty much had heat stroke the whole time. We come to Beijing, it's kind of late 20s, kind of feels like an English summer actually. Feels like a British summer. Blue skies and nice cool temperatures. I'm liking this already.
Peanut butter, there's chili, spicy.
So nothing crazy to report on this time, but the first meal of the day, we have the dumpling soup, the beef brisket, noodle soup, we have the fragrant vegetables, and the cow stomach. Actually quite expensive, but we were in Beijing, so you are forgiven, but it came to about 15 to 20 quid from what I remember. Nothing crazy, nothing particularly special to report on, but a nice hearty way to start the day nonetheless. Solid 7 out of 10 for this meal. Just about to arrive at the gates of Tiananmen. I think, as you can tell, all the roads are incredibly spacious and all the buildings have increased dramatically in size. So we're just about to touch down into the headquarters of Beijing. Let's keep going, we'll find it. So here is one of the entrances to the Forbidden City. This Forbidden City has Tiananmen inside, and it has the old museum inside. The old museum to Mao Zedong. I think it's buried here actually. This is the big central courtyard. Beautiful river going down there as well. That's a big living space they've got up here. Some scaffolding work on the side of it. Looks like it's being refurbished again. Big old building. Of course, we can't go inside because we have to buy a ticket a day in advance. So we're going to try and find anything that we can do without having to book in advance, really, but we're not entirely sure what to do. Nobody told us about this day in advance thing, so we're going to try and make the most of what we have. But I guess it'll be a busy day tomorrow if we need to start booking everything in advance. It's a shame, but it's a beautiful, another stunning day for it. So hopefully tomorrow is just as nice. Bye bye. Alright, so me and Mickey have had to sit down and regroup a little bit because once again we've not really come particularly prepared. But we went to the Gugong, which is the big museum, like the Forbidden City large museum that takes hours to tour. We can't go in there and we've got to book well in advance for that. So what we're going to do today is the White Pagoda and Tiananmen. Tiananmen's free, so I think that's just like a big square where you can look out onto the big gate. That's free to do, so we're going to do that. And then also the White Pagoda, which is like a kind of like temple or like an old temple or a statue kind of thing, which is in a beautiful park area with a lake. We could do that today also, but for the Great Wall, that takes a long time to go and see, so we need to book that well in advance as well. So we're going to do that tomorrow, we think, but it takes about 3 hours on the bus to get there. And then also to do the Gugong, the big Forbidden City in the middle, we need to book that with the tour guide. So we're booking that with the tour guide for Thursday. And then the tour guide is also going to take us to the Temple of Heaven and also the Summer Palace, which is about 20 kilometers away from here. So Thursday with the tour guide, tomorrow for the Great Wall. Today we're doing all we can, but today is probably going to be mostly eating, drinking, and then seeing all of the free stuff that's easy to go and see and highly accessible. So yeah, we just sat down, had a bit of a regroup. Now we've got a little bit more of a plan. We should have done this a week ago probably, but you know us, we're not in a hurry to do anything. But a bit more of a plan now, so feeling a little bit more optimistic. Go Mickey, go go go. Go Mickey, go go go. Just coming over the river now, which signals that we should be approaching the lighthouse. Is the White Pagoda, and we can see it up on that hill over there. It's quite far away from now, but it's like a huge park area surrounded by a beautiful river. And yeah, it's a White Pagoda, so it's like a white temple up on the hill there. So this is the first and probably the last thing we're going to do today, unfortunately, due to time. But this should take us a nice couple of hours, so let's go and take a look. Well, we finally made it into the first and probably the last place of today. Green codes, COVID test, ticket boxes, go here, go there, go everywhere, can't come here, can't go there. Finally in. Thankfully the heavens have blessed us with a gorgeous day as well. This is the White Temple, the White Pagoda. So here we are looking over the whole of Beijing, but you can't really see too well. It's too far in the distance. So there you have it, really, the White Pagoda built by the Qing dynasty in the late 1600s and rebuilt a couple of times after a few earthquakes. Yeah, 400 years old, about the same age as my house in the United Kingdom. So yeah, just to put that into context for you. Finished. Back on the road again. What kind of clothes we can find in here. Camera goes. There we go. Here we go.
What time is our flight?
Wow, that IPA right there. Beautiful beer. Jing A Brewery. Yeah, and those two beers have hit me like Mike Tyson. Gonna cycle now and grab a little bit of Beijing duck. If there's one food you're gonna come to Beijing for, and that's a Beijing duck. I've had it in Huizhou plenty of times on a little takeout delivery order, but it's not quite the same apparently. So we're gonna go right into the heart of the center and grab the original, the authentic, the highly anticipated Beijing Peking Kaoya roast duck. Let's get after it. One more beer. It's now taking a couple of detours, making it to buy some clothes. Now needed a beer, but yeah, should be there in 10 minutes. Here we go at Xili or something. It says the Peking Chamber, or the Duck Chamber. Shanghai famous restaurant apparently. Shanghai or Beijing, I'm not too sure which one. Hey, hi. Nice. So here is the moment we have all been waiting for, the highly anticipated Beijing Kaoya. This is by far the star of the show. Me and Mickey did order some other dishes. I'm not entirely sure why. We should have probably ordered a whole duck, but me and Mickey went for a half a duck, I think. And what's special about this restaurant is not only the duck, but the chef will bring the duck out and cut it out pretty much right in front of you. He gave me permission to film. That was no problem whatsoever. So he's going to send half of this duck to one table and half of it to the other table. But yeah, you can really get a good view on the duck here. And what's special about this Beijing Kaoya? I think Mickey actually mentioned it was a Shanghai company operating in Beijing, but I'll have to double check with that. But as you can see, the skin here is a really light color. And incredibly thick, and it is a thickness that's particularly special about this restaurant. I think as they're roasting the duck, they will keep on taking the duck out and dipping it in like a sweet pear sauce. I think it's pear, but don't quote me on that. And what's special is a real thickness they get on it. It kind of reminds me of like a pork crackling in some sense, because it's so thick. The duck in my city is slightly browner in color, and the skin is nowhere near as thick as this. This skin is really, really thick. You can get a good view on it there. It's a good 1 to 2 centimeters thick, which is what gives this restaurant its special attributes, and which is why people queue for hours to get into this place. People queue for hours, but in terms of the pricing, it's pretty much the same, to be honest. I can't remember the overall price of the meal. It's about 300 RMB, 500 RMB, but me and Mickey ordered about 4 or 5 different dishes. So as you can see, this is a kind of a bird's eye view of making the pancake, and I'm going to show you a closer look on how to make the pancake in about 1 second. Here we go. So there's a pancake. So you grab yourself a little handful of duck, dip it in this kind of thick dew. I'm not really sure what it is. It's kind of like a sweet soy tasting thing. And then you put a couple of slices of onions on there. And then we also have some radishes in there and some pickled vegetables. And then also a slice of cucumber on top, followed by, I've got no idea what this is. It's like a jelly. And then also sugar. So definitely not the healthiest meal, but sugar on top as well. And then there's a garlic paste there. Obviously, when you're eating at other restaurants in my city, you don't get all of these toppings. So another little speciality of this place is they give you the actual full takings of the toppings. So wrap it up and then get it all in there. You're supposed to do this in about 2 or 3 bites, but you know me, I've not got time to mess around. So you throw it all in there in one. Absolutely phenomenal. This is the Beijing Kaoya, the pinnacle of the roast duck. So I can't give this any less than a 9.5 out of 10. Probably the best duck I will ever eat.
Full as hell.